Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about ADO.NET. ADO.NET is a .NET component. This is mainly used to connect to a database from .NET applications, and the .NET applications written in .NET language like C Sharp, VB.NET, etc. So we can connect to the database and we can retrieve the data from the database, or we can insert or update the data into the database using this ADO.NET. The ADO.NET mainly has the following components: connection object, command object, data reader object, data adapter object, and dataset object. In this video, we will mainly concentrate on the first three objects: connection object, command object, and data reader object. To connect to a database from .NET, first we need to create the connection object. This connection object, we need to assign the connection string using which we want to connect to the database, and we need to open that connection object, and after that we need to define the command object. In the command object, we will define what command we want to execute against the database, and we need to pass the connection object to this command object. After defining both connection object and command object, we have an object called data reader object. This object reads the data with the help of the command object and fetches the data from the database, and we can loop through this data reader object and we can get the data. So we will see the practical demo, all these three objects, how we can implement and fetch the data using ADO.NET technique. Okay, so before that, let me show you the database. We have this student table in my local uh, SQL Server, and we will fetch this data using ADO.NET. So let us open Visual Studio, and let us create a project, console application. So click on create new project. Select this console application. Click on next. Provide the name, student project, and ADO.NET. Okay. Click on next. Let us leave this as default .NET framework. Click on create. So first, to connect to the database, we need to define the connection object. And this connection object is present in system.data.sql client namespace. So we need to import that namespace. As this is a .NET Core, we don't have that namespace by default. So if you see the frameworks, we have system.data, but we don't have system.data.sql client. So to import that namespace, what we need to do is we need to uh, install that namespace using the NuGet packages. So right click on this project, click on manage NuGet packages, and search browse for the system.data.sql client namespace. We have this namespace here. Let us click on install. This will install this NuGet package system.data.sql client, so that we can use the connection object, command object we can define, right? As we have installed that, see, if you right click and select the packages, we have that package system.data.sql client. So let us define the connection object first. So to connect to a database using ADO.NET, the first we have mainly two steps. The first step is we need to define the connection object and open the connection object. The main second step is we need to define the command object, and we need to assign the query that which we want to execute against the database to that command object, and we need to assign that connection that which we have created open connection to that command object, and we need to fire that command object. So let us define the connection object. The connection object is present in system.data.sql client namespace. So let us import that namespace first using system.data.sql client. Uh, Let us define the connection object first. SQL connection equal to new SQL connection, right? And to this connection, we need to pass the connection string. Connection string is nothing but it contains the details using which it is going to connect to the database. So we can frame the connection string. The connection string mainly consists of four components. One is the database to which we want to connect, and the second one is the data source where exists the database, and the third one is username, fourth one is password. So let us define the connection string. So string, excuse me, string connection string equal to first the data source from where we want to, for where our database exists, the server on which our database exists. It can be like the machine name or IP address. So in our case it is the local host. So let us give it as localhost, and the database to which we want to connect. To which database we want to connect? So we want to connect to this test database because we have created the student table in this test database. So let us copy this database name and paste it over here. And user ID. User ID means we are using the SQL authentication, and generally we have two types of authentication: Windows authentication and SQL authentication. So in this we are using SQL authentication. So SQL authentication, we need to provide username and password. So user ID and password, user space ID equal to SA, and the password equal to our password using which we want to connect to the database. Using this password, I'm connecting to this database, right? After providing all these details, we need to assign this connection string to our connection object. This is the connection string and this is the connection object. So let us assign this connection string to the connection object. So connection string is equal to our connection string which we defined above. After defining the connection object, what we need to do, we need to open the connection, because unless we open the connection, we cannot connect to the database, right? So we need to open that connection. So for that we have a method called open method, connection dot open. Once we open the connection, the first step is completed. The second step is we need to define the command object. So let us define the command object. SQL command, command equal to new SQL command. In this SQL command, first we need to assign the query using which we want to connect to the database. That query is nothing but command dot command text. Using the property command text, we need to set the query that which we want to execute. So I want to execute this query, select star from student, this student table, right? Star means all columns. We retrieve all columns, semicolon. And after defining the command text, we need to tell what is this command type. Means command type, we can assign the stored procedure or the direct text. So in our case, we are not assigning the stored procedure. So this is the text. So we need to define the command type dot command text. Command type dot command text equal to command. So the command text is defined in the system dot data namespace. So let us first import that namespace using system dot data. So in that we have this command type dot text. Okay, if it is stored procedure, we need to give it as stored procedure, right? What is the error? Cannot implicitly system.data.command type to string. Sorry, this is not command text, right? Command type. Okay, command type equal to command type dot text. After that, we need to assign the connection object to this command object. So command dot connection equal to the connection above command connection object we have created, right? After that, we need to fetch the data. This command object has various methods like execute non-query, execute data reader, execute dataset. Using these methods, we can fire our command object and we can retrieve the data. So in this video, I'm going to explain the execute reader. So command dot execute reader. What this reader object will return? It will return the SQL data reader object. So SQL data reader, not adapter, SQL data reader equal to. Once this execute data reader is fired, uh, in this reader object, we have a method called read. Thus, that method will read the record one by one, row by row. So we have that read method. So let us execute that read method, and that read method will return either true or false. True means there exists a record in the current pointer. False means it has uh, looped all the records and there is no record after that. So let us use the while loop. While reader dot read, let us print this data on the console. In the reader, we have the indexing technique through which we can retrieve the data. So console dot read line, not read line, sorry, write line, reader of. What are the column names? Student name, student class, student marks. So let us write the student name dollar, first student name, reader of student name, space, marks, student marks, right? Reader of student marks and the student class, space, reader of student class. After writing all the records, let us just write the console.read line so that the cursor will stand and we can see the data. Console.read line. And let us execute this one by one. Debug. Let us debug this step by step. So I put a breakpoint here and I pressed the F5 button. First, we are defining the connection object and we are assigning that connection string to the connection object here, and we are opening the connection object. After that, we have created the command object. We assigned the command that we want to execute. We defined the command type and we have assigned the connection object to the command object. And after that, we got that reader. So it will loop record by record and it will display the data on our console. See, John, student marks, and the class. In this way, using the data ADO.NET, we can fetch the data from the database. And this is the, and one more thing, we need to close this connection. So connection dot close. In this way, using the connection object, command object, and reader object, we can fetch the data from the database. Actually, we have another method, like instead of closing this connection manually, sometimes we may forgot to close this connection. So we have another method, using that one, we can define the connection object so that we don't need to close. It will close automatically once the connection is executed. So for that, let us cut this and keep this in a method one. Mm, Let us give the method as static void connect to DB. This is the method. This is the old way of connecting to the database. Actually, we have a using statement. Using SQL connection con equal to new SQL connection. In this connection, we have constructor. In this constructor itself, we can pass the uh, connection string. So let us cut this connection string. Let us copy this connection string, paste it over here. In the constructor itself, we can give this connection string. In this way, the connection will be closed automatically after executing this logic, right? So we don't need to close this connection manually using this process. And the remaining process is same. The command object also, instead of creating the command object, assigning the command text, we can directly assign the command text like SQL command. Command cmd equal to new SQL command. In the constructor itself, we can pass this query, right? And we need to open the connection object anyway. So con dot open, right? And along with the command text, we can also pass the connection string, connection object, so co and con. So in one step, we can pass both the command text and connection object. See here, we have created the command object, we have assigned the command type, and we have assigned the connection. So we can combine these two steps in a one single step, and we can pass like this. Okay, and the command type we need to mention cmd dot command type. Command type equal to command type dot text. Okay, and the remaining is same. We can create the reader object, and we can loop through the reader object, and we can fetch the data. And this is the simplified code compared to that below one. So cmd dot execute non-reader. Okay, so in this way also we can fetch the data. So I'm clicking on control F5. Now it will fire. See, it has written that data as expected. So in this video, I explained how we can connect to a database using ADO.NET with the connection string of with the connection object, SQL connection object, SQL data reader object, and SQL command object. In the next video, I will explain how we can this data reader is a connected architecture. Means we need to establish the connection. We have an established connection to fetch the data, but coming we have another object called dataset object. That is a disconnected architecture where we can directly fetch the data, and we don't need to have an established connection throughout the logic to get the data. So that is the disconnected architecture, and this data reader is a connected architecture. So in the next video, I will explain how We can fetch the data from the SQL database using the disconnected architecture, using the objects like SQL data adapter and SQL dataset. That's it. Thank you.